Every month, your paycheck arrives, and for a brief moment, you feel relief. You tell yourself, this time will be different. You'll be more careful. You'll keep track. You'll finally make it work. And then life happens. Rent, groceries, utilities, a few small comforts that don't feel irresponsible in the moment. And before you realize it, your balance is back where it always ends up. Lower than expected, tighter than planned, and leaving you with the same quiet question you ask every month. Where did it all go? If this feels familiar, you're not bad with money. You're human. I've been there myself, staring at a screen late at night, replaying the month in my head, convinced I must have missed something obvious. The truth is, nothing dramatic went wrong. No big mistake. Just dozens of small decisions adding up without a system to catch them. And that's exactly where most people get budgeting wrong. They think budgeting is about restriction, discipline, or earning more. It's not. Budgeting is about clarity. It's about replacing stress with awareness and guesswork with intention. And here's the part most people never hear. When money is tight, budgeting isn't harder, it's more powerful. You don't need a high income to benefit from budgeting. You need a structure that works with your real life, not against it. In this video, we're breaking down 10 simple, practical budgeting principles designed specifically for people starting with limited income. No complicated spreadsheets, no extreme rules, just habits that build stability step by step. By the end, you'll have a clear framework to manage your money with less anxiety and more confidence. And if this kind of thinking resonates with you, consider subscribing because everything on this channel is about money psychology, financial clarity, and building a healthier relationship with your finances over time. Let's start with the foundation. The first principle of budgeting is using real numbers. A budget can only work if it reflects reality, not hope. Guessing what you think you spend is one of the fastest ways to fail. I learned this the hard way. I used to believe I had a pretty good idea of where my money went. Then I tracked it honestly for 2 weeks. The numbers shocked me, not because they were reckless, but because they were invisible. Small purchases, subscriptions I forgot about, convenient spending that felt harmless in isolation. To build a budget that works, you need to know exactly how much comes in and exactly how much goes out. Track everything for a few weeks, even the small things. When you see your spending clearly, patterns appear, and awareness changes behavior naturally. A budget isn't control imposed from the outside, it's awareness built from the inside. Once you have real data, review it without judgment. Look for leaks, mismatches, and areas that no longer reflect what actually matters to you. The second principle is giving every dollar a job. This means planning your money all the way down to zero. Every dollar should have a purpose before it's spent, whether that purpose is covering bills, paying debt, saving, or even enjoyment. When money doesn't have a job, it tends to disappear quietly. I used to think unassigned money was flexible. In reality, it was just unprotected. Once I started assigning even small amounts intentionally, my spending anxiety dropped immediately. After essentials and savings are covered, any remaining money still needs direction. It can go toward an emergency fund, a future goal, or guilt-free enjoyment. The power here isn't deprivation, it's intention. When every dollar has a role, you stop wondering where your money went and start deciding where it goes. The third principle is setting clear goals for your money. A budget without goals feels pointless because there's no emotional reward for sticking to it. Goals give meaning to restraint. They don't need to be perfect or ambitious. They just need to be clear. Maybe your goal is to build a small emergency fund. Maybe it's paying off a credit card. Maybe it's simply sleeping better at night knowing you're not one surprise away from panic. Goals should be flexible. Life changes. Income fluctuates. Adjusting your goals isn't failure, it's alignment. Think of your goals as the destination and your budget as the route. When you know where you're going, daily decisions become easier because they serve something bigger than the moment. The fourth principle is separating needs from wants. This is one of the hardest steps, especially when money is tight. Needs are essentials, like housing, food, utilities, and transportation. Wants are things that improve comfort, but aren't required for survival. The mistake isn't having wants. The mistake is treating every want like a need. I had to confront this personally. Some expenses felt non-negotiable simply because I was used to them. Once I questioned that assumption, options appeared. Cheaper alternatives, Delayed purchases, conscious trade-offs. Separating needs from wants doesn't mean eliminating joy. It means choosing it intentionally instead of letting it quietly drain your future. The fifth principle is planning for irregular expenses. These are costs that don't appear monthly, but always show up eventually. Car repairs, medical visits, gifts, annual fees. When they aren't planned for, they feel like emergencies. A simple solution is creating a small, sinking fund. Set aside a little each paycheck for these predictable surprises. When they happen, you're prepared instead of stressed. This single habit transforms budgeting from reactive to proactive and prevents one unexpected bill from undoing months of progress. The sixth principle is building an emergency buffer. Emergencies are inevitable. The goal isn't to predict them, but to prepare for them. An emergency fund prevents a problem from becoming a crisis. Start small. Even a few $100s creates breathing room. I remember the first time an unexpected expense didn't trigger panic. The amount wasn't huge, but the psychological relief was. Over time, build toward a buffer that covers a few months of basic expenses. This fund changes how you experience money. Stress decreases, confidence increases, unexpected events become inconveniences instead of disasters. The seventh principle is reducing reliance on credit and prioritizing debt repayment. When your budget works, credit becomes less necessary. High-interest debt quietly steals your future income. Make debt repayment visible in your budget. Focus on the highest interest balances first. Paying down debt isn't just about math. It's about reclaiming flexibility. Every dollar that doesn't go to interest is a dollar that stays under your control. As debt shrinks, options expand. The eighth principle is monitoring and adjusting energy usage. This may seem small, but small efficiencies compound. Utilities are one of the few expenses you can influence without sacrificing quality of life. Simple changes, adjusting usage times, unplugging unused devices, using energy-efficient lighting, add up over time. These aren't dramatic lifestyle changes, they're awareness habits that quietly lower monthly pressure. The ninth principle is trying simple tasks yourself before paying for professional help. Not everything needs outsourcing. Many small repairs and maintenance tasks are manageable with basic guidance. Learning these skills builds confidence and keeps more money in your pocket. Each small win reinforces a mindset shift from dependence to capability. The final principle is reviewing and adjusting your budget regularly. A budget isn't a one-time decision, it's a living system. Income changes, expenses shift, goals evolve. Reviewing your budget monthly at first keeps it aligned with reality. Over time, reviews can become less frequent, but they should never disappear. Budgeting isn't about perfection, it's about progress. These 10 principles form a practical foundation for budgeting with limited income. They aren't shortcuts or magic formulas. They're habits that build stability gradually. If this helped you see budgeting differently, consider sharing it with someone who's been feeling stuck. And if you want more content that connects money, psychology, and real life, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.